Hey guys, happy Saturday. It's Dory from Stampin' Always with Dory. And I am going to share with you this cute little card over here this evening. We are using the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set, Thoughtful Journey Suite. If you guys are on, you can give me a thumbs up, a like, or a love, or you can leave me a comment and let me know that you're there. All right. So I'm going to start out by sharing with you the beautiful suite. I used it on Monday when I did my Facebook Live. It is in your new catalog, and it is on page 46 and 47. So here is the beautiful Thoughtful Journey Suite collection. Has so many great products with it. Has some specialty paper, which I'll show you in a second. Also has some adhesive backed pearls. Who doesn't love adhesive on their pearls, right? The specialty paper, I'll show you that in my creation from yesterday. And then it has this beautiful 6x6 pack of designer series paper. And you can't go wrong by creating with that. It's super simple to make a quick and elegant card. So here's the one that I posted yesterday. This shows you the specialty paper. You can see the glimmer and shimmer there. Okay, so there's that one. That's some of the 6x6 designer series paper, and then just a little this is one of the stamps from the stamp set as well. I appreciate you. Who wouldn't love to get a card that says I appreciate you, right? Then we also have this one, another one of the sentiments. This is the one we're going to be making together. It says Dearest Friend. And then this one, I made this one today. I love the color combo with the petal pink. And I used Early Espresso, but you could also use Cajun Craze as well. And that's You Make Life Better. That's one of the little sentiments in there as well. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We are using let me show you the card real quick. This one again. This is the one we're going to make together. Okay. Dearest Friends, stamping together on a Saturday night. So I hope you guys all had a great day. I was out running around quite a bit today. We're getting ready to leave for Ocean City for my middle child plays softball, in case you guys didn't know that. And she's going to Ocean City this week to play in the Nationals. So we are getting ready to head out for that. So lots of last minute stuff being done today. Fresh freesia, 2 pieces of Petunia Pop, and 1 of the pieces of designer series paper. This is 3 by 5.5. These were just 2 that I had laying around. So they are 3.5, but basically you're just going to add them together to make this cool torn look over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this one first, and then I'm going to layer and tear. And I always tear towards me because it gives you that nice white look there on the edge. Okay, so you can see the white right in there. Okay, and let me just do that at the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it right on top of the Petunia Pop, and then I'm going to tear along that piece too, so you have the nice tear lines and it doesn't look too askew or too large. Sometimes if you have too large of a tear line, it looks a little odd too. So, all right. So we have this here. I'm gonna, oops, put it all the way to the edge, just like that. Okay. And I like to turn it upside down and tear towards me, and it allows you to give that nice edge. Okay, so you have that nice edge there. So you have one layer, all right? Then we're gonna go back and we're gonna do another layer. So I'm gonna use my Stampin' Seal Plus. I'm gonna add that. Stamp. Okay, so I'm gonna add this here. Again, making sure it's right up on the edge. Okay, and doing the same. So I always pull towards me, and I like to put my thumb there as kind of a guide, and you can pull that towards yourself, and that gives you a nice guide there. So we have our nice little torn edge. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead, we're not going to do anything more with that, so then you can decide where you want to position that on your card. If you want to leave a nice thick band here, I kind of want to leave a thinner band, so I'm just going to turn that over, and I am going to put that onto my fresh freesia. So we have a nice little layer there, little strip there on the side, and we're just going to go ahead, and I'm going to use my embarrassing bone folder that needs to be cleaned. Give that a nice edge. Okay, and you can also, you can look, sometimes when you have layers, you might have a little bit creeping off the bottom there. So I'm just going to use, these are old Stampin' Up! Scissors, but I'm just going to use those. Trim that off. And that's what we have so far. Okay? All right. So then we are going to go and we are going to make our little flowers here. Okay, and I want to show you a product that is in the back of our catalog that makes these layering dies so much easier to use. Okay, and hopefully I'm going to prove that to you this evening. But if you look on our adhesive page, which is, I just lost it, I'll find it here in a second. Yes, page 177. We have these adhesive sheets down here at the bottom, and they are great. They call them sticker sheets, DIY stickers, adhesive sheets. There's 12 sheets, they're 6 by 12, and they are definitely worth it. Okay, I have some older ones here that I am trying to use up. So these are the ones that were in a previous catalog, but they're the same thing. So you have your, this is your clear layer on the top, okay? And you're gonna peel, let me show you. You peel it off, okay? Oops. And your adhesive, your sticky, is gonna be here, okay? So this piece you're gonna peel off and you're gonna put it on to your cardstock. So I'm using Mossy Meadow and Petunia Pop, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I have these two images. One has the flowers on it, so that one is gonna be with the Petunia Pop. Then this one has the leaves. This one is gonna be with the Mossy Meadow, okay? So I have my stamp cut and emboss machine right here next to me. And I'm gonna try not to make an earthquake. A little Craftnado. And let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna run it through. Oh, you can see it shaking. There's a little bit of an earthquake. Sorry about that. All the way through. And let me show you. So it cuts that piece off like that. So there's one piece that we need. Then we're gonna do the same thing with the other piece. This is gonna be all of your stem, okay? And we're gonna place that on the stamp cut and emboss machine. We're gonna run that through. You're gonna see a tiny little earthquake again, okay? Bear with me. The earthquake will soon be over. And then you have your, whoops, Mossy Meadow, okay? So what I'm gonna do is you're gonna remove it from the die, okay? Like that. So there's one. And then this one. So we just basically created 2 stickers, okay? Is the Mossy Meadow. So you guys can use your Tombow if you would like, but I find that it's so much easier if you use your let me see. So see, you just peel it off a little bit at a time. I'm gonna do it hopefully and not take the flowers off with it. It's very delicate, so you have to be very careful. Okay. And let me peel. I'm doing it. There we go. Whew, it did it. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put this down on my paper, a designer series paper. I'm gonna spread it out. Look, you didn't have to use any Tombow. You don't have to worry about sticky fingers, and there's your piece right there, okay? So I'm gonna do the same thing with the next piece. I just take a little, I don't have fingernails, and I'm gonna peel it off again, okay? And just take a little bit, piece by piece. If it breaks off, it's okay. And then you have this piece as well. So this is going to be the tricky part. So this goes, and I can't believe I'm doing this in front of you guys, but this goes right over the other piece here, and then your little, so you have to do a little finagling with this. You have to show it a little bit of patience and a whole lot of love, okay? Just like everyone else in your life. And so you're gonna come and just kind of gently place it right on top. And if you have to, you can finagle it, okay, a little bit. And I'm okay if the petunia pop, but see, like this one is not listening and following directions, not doing what it's supposed to be doing, but there it is. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. So you have that piece there. So then we're gonna come back, and I told you guys my new favorite punch is my new label punch, right? So we are going to stamp first. Remember, I told you that little trick of stamping first. So we are going to take our dearest friend and we are going to stamp that very carefully, because you'll notice it is, if you can see it, dearest friend, two, it's all on one. But I'm gonna break it up, okay? You guys say a little Stampin' Prayer. Well, let me show you how I did this. We might have to do it twice, but we're gonna do it together. So remember, my trick is I always stamp first and then punch next, okay? Because if it's a little askew, let me move this out of the way, or if it's a little off, it's a-okay, right? So the first word is dearest. So what I did is I inked it up like that, okay? And I used my ink pad, okay? So I have my dearest. You could also use a marker. So here's my dearest. So we're gonna do dearest. Oh, maybe not. We're gonna turn it over and we're gonna try again. See if we can do dearest. I think I got a little gung-ho there. You have to be careful that you don't rock, okay? So you don't want to rock your ink back and forth. You just want to tap it gently, and we're down and back. That's so much better, okay? Then I'm going to clean this off, the dearest part, okay? And one of the other things you can also do if you don't like it this way is you can even cut your stamp in half. I know, sacrilege, but you can. So you have dearest and you have friend. I think I got a little crazy with the friend part. So I'm gonna stamp it on the one side. And then let's do it over here. Dearest. And we'll do friend underneath. Okay? Dearest friend. We're gonna let that dry for just a second. Okay? Hi, Susan. So we have dearest friend. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make a little bow. Okay? This is our Petunia Pop. I love this color. It's one of my new favorites. I always tie my ribbon on the spool. Okay? So I'm just gonna take, I just want a little piece that I can do a little bit of a small bow, and you can kind of finagle it back and forth. Okay, so there's our small bow, and then we're gonna trim the edges. These are my older and wiser Stampin' Up scissors. And so we have that little piece there. Okay, I think my dearest friend is ready to be punched out. So see how if it's a little off, you can always turn it in the punch to make it look perfect. So you're gonna look like a professional stamper if you stamp it first and then punch it second, okay? Because there's no guarantee that when you punch and then stamp that it's gonna be an excellent experience. So we can all hope it will be, but it may not, okay? So here is the flowers that we used, okay? And remember, we used the fabulous new product. In case you're just joining me, I showed you how to use the adhesive sheets that are found on page 177 of your catalog. You're gonna wanna check those out. Okay, so we have dearest friend. So we're gonna put that here. And of course, we cannot stamp without using dimensionals. So I have my friendly dimensionals right here. And I just need 2. Like I said, if you want to use 3, that's fine. There's 300 in a pack, so there's plenty to go around. So I have my dearest friend. Oh, you know what? I just realized I grabbed the wrong label punch, but it's okay. This is the one I was going to use. This is the one I used on the other card, but it's all right. It's a label punch nonetheless. So I thought it looked a little funny when I used it. So, and then with this one, I just put a little bit of the Stampin' Seal Plus there and kind of put my ribbon on the side. And if you need to, you can kind of show it who's boss. Okay, so you have that there. All right. And then last but not least, we have little gems that we are going to add to the card. Okay. And these are actually the ones that come in the suite. Okay, I cut them apart. Ooh, and look, so you can tell I used dimensionals and everything. There we go. So we have the coral, we have kind of the greenish gray, and then these are absolutely stunning. They're the kind of the petunia pop and the fresh freesia, and they really add a nice accent. And you guys know that when I use these, they come in threes. Okay, so I'm gonna make my little triangle with my little embellishments, and I'll probably stick one maybe over here so you can see my little triangle with the embellishments. Okay, and then that one you would just put your piece of basic white on the inside, which would be 4 by 5 1/4. If you wanted to take a little piece of the Designer Series paper and carry it over to the inside, you could do that as well. Okay. Oops. So we have that nice, again, fresh freesia and petunia pop with a little side order of Mossy Meadow, one of my new favorite combinations. Okay. So that's the card that I showed you this evening. And then this is the other one. This one is super quick and simple. It's a great way to highlight the Designer Series paper. Okay, you could use any color to do this, and it looks fancy, but it's really not. So all I did is I used a piece of Petal Pink, okay, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I folded it in half. Okay. Let me use my embarrassing bone folder to fold it. Okay. And then I took it over to the cutter and I just trimmed. Let me show you. This is so easy. I trimmed just 1 inch off the side. That's it, just 1 inch. Okay. So, hi Mary, hi Jennifer, thanks for joining me. Then I took a piece of Early Espresso, which I have right here. Okay. And that's by 5 1/2, so you have it going stem to stern, top to bottom. Okay, and then there's so many beautiful pieces of the Designer Series paper that you can choose from. Let me pull it out here. This is the one that I chose. But look at all this. You could change your color combination, and there are so many different ones that you could use. Okay? All right, so let's make this one together. This is a great way to impress your friends, right? Because it's super quick and easy. So this, I don't remember what this is. It's 3 by 5 1/2. So your Designer Series paper is going to be 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. Isn't that a great color combo? Love it. What do you guys think? Quick and easy. Okay, we're gonna put that together right on top of the Early Espresso. It meets up at the top and it gives you those 2 nice borders on the side, so it gives you that little pop, that little earthy color. And then you're going to add that right to your front, okay? And again, you make sure you have your little borders on the side, make sure it touches at the top. And there you have that one, okay? So then you're gonna take a piece of 4x5 1/4 for the inside. So you have your piece of basic white. Again, you could use this card design and just kind of your staples, your stamps, ink, and paper, and make so many different color combinations with this one, especially with the designer series paper. Okay, so we're going to close it, and from that piece that we cut off, I'm going to continue with the next section. So that's going to be 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so I just put this right up against the side there. And then when you close it, it just continues on with your little, I don't know, your little image or your little scene, your little beach. This is kind of like a beach scene. Okay, so we're gonna take it there. Just make sure it butts up along the edge. And there you have that. Perfect. So I'm gonna use the correct punch this time. And this one. And I love the sentiment that says you make life better. So we're gonna use that one next. So one of the great things about our stamps are they're acrylic, can peel off, put one on, and you're ready to rock and roll, okay? So I am going to use the Cajun Craze ink pad for this. All right, so again, what are we gonna do first? We're going to stamp first before we punch. Okay, so this is just a piece of the basic white. I'm just tapping. Okay, it's my Cajun Craze. I'm gonna come here. You make life better. All right. And then I always turn the punch over, and then this one's a little trickier because you have kind of the script and then the print as well. So we want to make sure that that's straight. You make life better. Okay. This one I did in white. And we're going to add that to the front of the card. But not without using, I heard someone say it, dimensionals. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to put 3 on this one just because I told you there's 300 on a sheet. So there's plenty for everyone. All right. And I'm going to have this one kind of come off the edge just a little bit, but you want to make sure that your dimensional doesn't go off the edge. You make life better. Okay, and then I went back, and honestly this little dragonfly was just laying on my table. So I'm going to take some of these. So I throw them around. We have one of those. You make life better. And I'm also gonna take the, let me show you. There's several options. These are some of the other dies that are in the set, but I like this one just kind of like with the little stems. Okay. So I'm gonna use that one, and I'm gonna use the Early Espresso. Put a piece right here. And I'm going to run it through my stamp cut and emboss machine. Sorry for the tiny earthquake. Okay. All the way through. And this is what you get. So it's just a little bit of, so what I did is I snapped mine in half. And I put some, and you can even have it going off a little bit, have it spread out, just like that. You make life better. So it kind of fills up that little section there, okay? And what I'm gonna do, I showed you guys this last time. I got a little, I put it on before I should have, is what happened. So we're gonna take it off. Sorry, you didn't see that. We're gonna put it, and we are going to add, we're gonna put it right back on, I promise. But what I like to do is I like to put my dimensionals on, and then I like to add my pieces behind it. Okay, so you have the one piece there, and then you're gonna pick up this one, and you're gonna kind of fill that one in there with the dimensionals, okay? And then I'm gonna give us 2 more, and I'm gonna add that back to the card. And we're gonna pretend like it's been there all along, okay? And there we have the You Make Life Better. And so I'm gonna use my little pearls. I'm gonna put one up here, and I'll probably put one over here as well. I might move that one just a little bit, okay? So there are the 2 options. There's if you use the basic white. Here I use the pale pink, okay? So those are our 2 cards that we made this evening. Both using the Thoughtful Journey Suite, okay? So if you guys have anything that you need, you can always stop by my online store, DoriSchneider.StampinUp.net. You can also find me on Facebook on this page, Stampin' Always with Dori. And this is the July host code. So if there's anything that you need, then you can hop over and shop with me. If you need a catalog, if you do not have a new catalog with the new in colors and all the great new suites and items, just let me know. I would love to send you one. So I hope you have a fabulous evening, and I look forward to stamping with you soon. I will have samples posted next week, so make sure you stop back. There will be no Facebook Lives next week. Like I said, I'll be at the beach for softball nationals with my daughter, but don't forget to check back. And if you need anything or have any questions, please let me know. I would love for you to share this video. Have a fabulous weekend, and I can't wait to stamp with you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.